So today I'll be making a Blox cards tier list video because I'm bored and I wanted to make a YouTube video. And I think my opinion isn't the worst thing ever. So to start off with, I'm gonna have ultras, which I feel this is definitely a like D. Like this group is way too old, like RNG reliant, and can just have like matchups where they're just not even able to do anything. And then sometimes I'll just like get garbage rolls where they like get a turn 5 Ultra Annihilator, but like it's not consistent enough to be good. I feel like it's gonna be high B, low C. I'm gonna keep with high D for now. Yori, I don't. I think this group's just kind of mid. Like it's not C. I think it's like below ultras because at least ultras have pop off moments. Yori just boring. It does nothing else. So Morphic Goo, I'm just gonna make a tier list. Sorry, not a tier. I'm gonna make a tier specifically for Morphic Goo because I don't even want to try and rank this group because it's literally its entire gameplay mechanic is RNG. Like I don't want to even like calculate average rolls and shit. I'm just putting this in its own tier. Police, they're definitely an A. Fuck this group. They're so annoying. They're like uh they have good control tools if they really need to, and they have really good AoE buffs. Core blocks, yeah, this group's insane. Uh, they have the ability to just completely dictate which tempo they're playing at. They can like go really fast if they need to in certain matchups. They can like completely slow down the game. They can basically like they do really well in almost every single matchup except like specific swarm groups. Stag, I'm putting this in B tier. Like you have like basically an infinite out value with like traverse the four hells. The problem is decks could just beat you in before you get enough value from it, or you just die before you can even use it. Um, but besides that, they're just generally really good. And they almost will always get traverse unless you're like breaking horrifically because they have so much search and they can just pull it from their deck with one of their starters. Lycans, this is oh wait, that's nightmares. Nightmares, I'm putting in C. Generally, I feel like I just rather there's so much just better stuff you could be doing in green blue. I I want to. It's high C though. I feel like putting them in C just doesn't sit well. Generally, I feel like there's better stuff you can be doing, and just also some of their cars just feel lackluster. Like it's really stally, and they just kind of don't do much against certain groups. I think I'll put them at the bottom of B. Honestly, they're not that awful. Lycans like low A because B nerf Tom's pick for some reason. Even though, yeah, just random hyper aggro nerfs. Anyways, Red Cliffs, this is going above Lycans. This group fuck. It's so it's like honestly, I don't have like the biggest issue for Red Cliff. Rise is a pretty nutty card, but like I just hate when I lose to somebody who fucking high rolls a god tier Red Cliff curve. Um, Feds, yeah, this is A. Robert Bros made a very good deck with this. I still have schizophrenia from that. Yeah, I'm gonna put it over here. I think Red Cliff's still slightly better. Meeboids, I think this is going even lower in A. Actually, no, it's we're gonna put it like at the top of B because I feel like it's green and like for you to get the really pop off hands, you like need to roll decently, which can cause other problems when it comes to RNG because again it's green, so you're like the least consistent color. Overseers, this is A. Overseers can be really nutty if they roll well enough. It's actually kind of disgusting. Babylon, yeah, I'm putting it in B. Generally, I feel like unless you're fighting like a deck that like rarely interacts with the board state enough, that just like you need so much like I really want to put this in C because you like for you to do so much, you just need to set up. I'm probably gonna leave it here and revise it. You just need to like set up so much to like actually do well with this group. Apocrypha, I think I'm putting that at the top of A. They do really well under the correct scenarios. Other times they just kind of don't do much. You can also just generally like prevent them from having that much of a board before they pop off. Spectres, this is D. It's going above your eye. They're pretty bad. I hate playing them off. I feel like they're more of a C tier. Because, like, you can definitely win a lot of matchups if you just, like, roll your AoE suspends. But the problem is sometimes you're just completely screwed because you're fighting, like, a deck that's playing multiple fighters a turn and you just can't suspend enough of them. A, I'm putting this in A. The A is pretty funny. Uh, if you roll the terrain, this group is insane. If you don't, it's still playable, but the terrain is just so good. Like, card advantage in green is an amazing tool. B's, this is also going in A. I think like right here. Like, they're pretty board state reliant early on, but like the moment you get like a slight snowball, you just like completely take over the game. Doges I think are slightly better than B's. They can like also pop off pretty well, but like again they also die to wipe, but they need like less board state overall than B's. Like Bees have own it, but Doges just have more straight up buffs. Not like Bee Bear, which needs time to develop. Uh, yeah, I think Sin successfully like nerf this into the ground. Not into the ground. I think it's still playable if you roll well enough. I'm putting this in C. Like, it can definitely still pop off if you roll like 2 trains, but like one train can no longer just instantly win you the game. So, noob. Yeah, this is also in C. Generally, I'd just rather be doing other things. They have this group as like safe chat and that, so it's going above Apoc Spectres though. I'm putting Apoc Spectres at the bottom C. Ninja, I think this is high B. This group is just so boring. There's literally nothing there. I'd rather just play Red Cliff if I'm wanting to play like they have Blue Splash, I guess. It's just so boring and bland. Alar, high D, I guess. I've never seen this group successfully win a game unless they like hit an insane roll with the sheep guy. Not the sheep guy, Aller Herder. I'm thinking of the alt art. If they have that card, they can definitely like not. They're not the worst thing. Unfurnished. This group kind of fucking sucks. I'll put them above Uri. Probably Ultra. I feel like this group is so underwhelmingly mid. Like not even mid. It just feels bad. Playing it like as either they high roll or some garbage, or you just win easily. Oh, WoW's going at the top of B. This group's pretty good. Their starters are like the best in the game. Dwarf as a group together. Oh wait, that's Rageborn. Yeah, Rageborn is gonna go. I don't know. Like if I do put it in S, like if I put it like in singles, it's not nearly as good. In doubles, this thing's fucking broken. I feel like there's enough like anti rage where I can like put it at the bottom of S, but I still want to leave it in S. Dwarf, this is going top of D, D for dwarf. This group is like honestly mid. They have all their cards. They have so many good cards, but like the group's main setup and like creating sentries sucks. But they have like so many good cards like reprocessing and all their starters. Anfrest, this is going somewhere in B. I'll put above Apocrypha. I don't like Anfrests. I feel like if you're fighting a deck with a deck that like really needs fighters and they transform them, then you get like fucked by that. That sucks. But like they can brick their curve if they don't like get cycle or just start cards in general. Like they just don't do enough if you're like playing well. Not playing well. If you're like keeping up, like just if you're okay. If you're like maintaining like towards a win con. Not okay. I can't speak. Whatever. We're just gonna leave this in B. I can't actually formulate a sentence today. We're in Phoenix and C. I feel like this is another try group where all the cards in this group are better when put inside of just a generic, like, not even group based package like dwarf starters, and just are better like that than inside the actual group. Sinisters, yeah, this is. I want to put this in B. I will put it. This is going to be like straight at the bottom of B. This group, I don't even know why people put it in F in the original tier list. This group is like really just fine. I think it's like just the most fine in the game. If you like are able to set up slightly, you absolutely snowball and steamroll your way to victory. And if you're just not allowed to set up, you just lose, which I guess makes it similar to Babylon in that way. So I guess these two both belong in B tier. Gladiator, I'm also, I don't know. Gladiator's more of a reflection. Like, for the most part, you're building your deck in, like, an already predetermined way. Like, with mono red glads, you're still building a mono red deck, just with the Gladiator payoff. And Sorcus, I guess. I'll put this at, like, the top of B. It's more so, like, a reflection. Since it's more so a reflection of monocolor, I think I'll put it at A. Like, the monocolor, the dual color. Maybe, like, you're still kind of forcing the playstyle of some, but, like, not necessarily for all. Shovelware, this is going in A. That's Acolyte, this is going in F. This group sucks. It sits around, it does nothing. You have like one good card, and that card is better outside of its own group. It's the one card that summons free dragons. Shovelware, this is going in A. I don't know if I want to put it in A or like the literal top of B. I think I'll put it bottom of A. Because this group does really well into like control matchups because they can burn you down completely. And they also just have like the ability to play really big bodies for like just because they gen a bunch. Neos, if we're going full Neo, this is F. I think if we're gonna go Splash Neo, we can put this in like C tier above toys. Splash Neos aren't the worst thing ever, but if you play them as a full group, they kind of just suck ass. Pixies, I haven't seen these in forever. I think they're still not the worst thing ever. I'll put them at like the top of C. Again, you have like good cards, you have good control tools, you draw free in quotes. High roller, this group sucks. I'm gonna put it at the literal bottom of D tier. Um, it just has such a weird curve, and everything costs so much colorless because you gotta pay for this in your other card and your like Robux stacks and stuff. It's just so much. Bioblade, bottom of B. This group is actually good if you like. I don't want to say roll well enough. This group is like has some really like good potential. If okay, just like I don't even, I can't formulate a sentence. This group has like the ability to like go really aggro. Again, the 100 stat buffs aren't that that little. You have like good bodies to put them into, right? You got like the chef, which will be a 700. It's not too hard to attack as long as you get Carl. Vagabonds, pure group. I want to put them at the bottom of C. If you splash the stars in red blue, it's like really good. Pet Shelter, this is going in A. I haven't played these in forever because the last two games I played against was against a Rageborn, and when you're playing like a deck where you kind of just need your fighters to get like insane value with the stats, just having them die to a crane sucks. I'm gonna put this over Overseer. This group has some really insane like dual color, and there's some really cool tempo plays. Stars, I haven't seen this group since launch day, except I fought Manix like the other day and won the first game, and the second game he pulled some bullshit where he played Cosmogenesis on like turn 4 and like completely obliterated my board. I think I'll also put this at the top of E tier. Titan, people are bad at this group and it's kind of underrated. I'm gonna put this at the top to see if you like don't roll horrifically and actually build a decent deck for this that have pretty good stall tools. Like Holy Chamber is actually amazing, and yeah, they can just once they like get to like a certain point, it's like impossible for you to come back. Era, yeah, this doesn't function at all. F tier. Zeitgeists, I don't know. I'm putting this. I don't know where to put this. I think I don't know. I haven't seen anything with this. Like I feel like the best you can do this in is like maybe blue green. At that point, I feel like it's just better things you can be doing. Like not even in the sense of like nightmares, right, wherever they are. Not even like in this sense, because like here, if you're what you'd be building is you'd be building like blue green supercomputer and something, and I feel like there's just so many better things you can be building with blue green supercomputer, especially considering you're also gonna be on like vaporwave as well. And even in monocolor, there's just also just better things you can be doing in mono blue supercomputer. I'm 90% sure. Cat's Eye, no. I'm putting this at the bottom of C. They're like not the worst thing in the world. They're just really, really mediocre. Planet, barely functional playstyle. Survivor, depends. Like, since it's more of a depends. If like a lot of these cards are like complete dog shit, unplayable, but like some of them are really good. Like, uh, the blue one that gives dexterous is really good. I'm gonna put this in like C tier. With like the grain of salt, is it like it's brought down a lot by like the really bad ones, but like there's some really good survivors in here. Like fleeing is insane. Actually, just because of fleeing in the blue one, I'm gonna put this at the top of C. Extant, blue is good, and blue and green are good, and the other two are pretty mid. I'll put this at like the bottom of D, just because blue and green are pretty decent in certain decks. Vibe Shark, I'm putting this even lower in D because Enforcer's actually pretty cracked, but like besides that, everything else is mid. Bargetown, I'm putting this like in F, not F, B. My brain is actually rotted to bits. It's kind of an RNG group, but like since most of the cards you're playing are playable and you get like really good benefits from playing them, like the 150 AOE is really insane. Shedletsky, again, this is another one where it depends on what we're talking about. If we're like going straight Seletsky's like FD tier, if we're going like Shed Cheese, which I think is not the worst thing, like not that. If we're going Shed Cheese, then it's like B, C somewhere. I think I'll put it in B. If we're going, I'm gonna put it right below Survivors in C for Shed Cheese. C for cheese. Chair. Fuck this group. I'm putting it at, I don't even know. I think it's B. I think I'm gonna put it above all of these. Actually, yeah, the thing is, if your gentle dies, you're just kind of boned unless you have a second one. But if like your opponent can't deal if you're gentle, then you just snowball and win. I hate this group. Terrarians, yeah, they're pretty good. I'm putting them at the bottom of A. Uh, like if your opponent doesn't interact enough with your board like early on, then you could just completely snowball. Like I feel like you can say it for a lot of things, but like with Babylon, what the problem difference between like Babylon and Terrarians is that you're getting and like Sinisters is that you're getting a bunch of good, well-statted fighters, while Sinisters only get like one good, well-statted fighter, and Babylon's just like kind of just throw down a bunch of shit. Cal, this is just fucking red blue lock spam the group. I hate Cal's. I'm putting them above Yori though. Uh, they're not the. I'm putting them below Yori actually. They're not the worst. They're like they're pretty bad, but like you can kind of run them in like red blue lock spam for like bread and shit. Celestials. I have not seen enough of this group, but I've seen actually no, I haven't seen a lot of this group, but from what I've seen some pretty disgusting things and heard of disgusting things. Studling, once again, not fully functional group, and then Pedramoni, yeah, Studling's not yeah, you can do it.